Alright, so in this video we're going to be completing a square. What does that mean? It means taking an expression like this, which I typically can't factorize through normal methods, but I need to find out things like the turning point non-calculator, and putting it into an expression that looks like this. And the kind of idea of completing a square means we've got this square bracket and I need to complete it. I need to finish it off by having a little correction term on the end to make sure that it is accurate and correct for the original thing. So in this video, I'm looking at the method of splitting the middle term. Now, this method is quite easy to get a handle of, and it's nice and straightforward. The big issue is if you have any plan on going on to doing higher maths, you should not learn this method. This method has massive limitations. For instance, it doesn't cover what to do when there's a number here in front of the x squared. And if I had an odd number here, it's going to make my life a little bit more difficult because then I'll be working with fractions. So if you have any plan on doing higher, stop this video, go to my other one. Otherwise, continue watching this one here. So let's jump straight to it. So the first thing I need to do is, as it says in my title, I'm going to look at this middle term and I'm going to half it. So that's going to give me a +2. And I must make sure that I'm using whatever positive or negative sign that I'm using. So I'm going to have +2 there. So then in my bracket, I'm going to have x. Inside the bracket is going to be that +2 squared. I'm still going to have that +7 on the end. But as my correction, I'm going to take away whatever this number here squared is. And so 2 squared gives me 4. So my final answer is going to be x plus 2 squared plus 3 when I do that 7 take away 4. So to reiterate what I did, took the middle term, halved it. I put that value in the bracket, and it's always going to be an x at the front. So x, then that +2 all squared. My little bit of the 7 at the end is still there. But then I take away this number here squared. So 2 squared gives me 4. So let's take a look at another question. So here I've got x squared minus 6x plus 20. So same idea. I look at that middle term, bring it down and half it. Then inside the bracket, I'm going to have x, then -3, because I take that -3 from above, squared. I still have that 20 from before, but then I need to take away this number squared. So I take away, and then 3 squared gives me 9. And so my final answer is going to be x minus 3 squared plus 11. So that is this split the middle term. So it's really nice and quick. It's very good if you do plan on just stopping at nat 5. But again, there are issues on what to do if I have this number here. Or say, for instance, if I did have a similar question where I wanted to have, I had x squared, let's say plus 5x plus 15. When halving that, I'm going to end up with 5/2. Putting that in the bracket, I'm going to have x plus that 5/2 squared plus the 15. And I've got to take away this number squared here. And so that's why this one can be a little bit more awkward to work with. That fraction squared would be 25/4. And then I would need to change this into a fraction in order for me to do that take away. So we can see it can be a little bit more confusing, even with something simple like having an odd number in the middle. So 15, that would be 60/4. So that final answer there. be 35 over 4. So that's the sort of thing that you need to be careful of for this question. In fact, actually looking at that one, it says y equals, so we've got to have that y equals at the front as well, just to match it up. But yeah, so that is splitting the method. Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck with the work.